Călin Georgescu is the only anti-war candidate running in the Romanian presidential election, saying that he will halt all military aid to Ukraine that passes through Romania to feed into the meat grinder. Well, this is why they cancelled the election, because he was winning, and he is a huge threat for the corrupt political and judiciary system of Romania, but more so for the military-industrial complex of NATO. How else will Lockheed Martin, Boeing, Northrop Grumman sell their weapons of war if they don't have a war in the first place? So, why is Romania, and most precisely this man, Călin Georgescu, the key to start or to prevent World War III? First of all, the obvious geographical position of Romania. We have the largest border with Ukraine. And to answer your question, no, Moldova is not a real country. And we have the most NATO bases inside our country to feed the Ukrainian meat grinder. Romania and Poland are the countries who were armed to the teeth in the past 3 years. Romania, at this moment in time, officially has 82,000 active personnel and 55,000 reserves. The land force consists in 36,000 men, the air force 12,000 men, the naval forces 7,000 men, and the joint NATO forces are 18,000 men. That would make a total of 210,000 men in the army at this moment. But you see, those were the 2023 numbers. Based on my estimates, based on the fact that Romania doubled its military spending in the past 3 years, and my personal sources from the inside, I'm not gonna disclose them for the sake of their privacy, of course, we are likely a 300,000 manpower army at this moment in time in 2025. To make a comparison, the British Army at this moment, they have less than 109,000 total army personnel. Romania's army dwarfs the British Army size-wise. How ironic! The world's largest colonizing power, and now they are colonized by immigrants and becoming a minority into their own country. Look at what you once were and what you've become. Poor Britain. Also, Romania is the country that has the best strategical advantage out of all NATO countries in a scenario where NATO invades Russia preemptively thanks for our geographical position. With Donald Trump now back into the Oval Office, he suspended for 90 days all foreign military aid to any country, except Israel, of course. Who is the one who received $230 million from AIPAC? And 100 million more from Miriam Adelson in the first place? He must be a good lapdog for them, of course. Well, they don't call him Zion Don for nothing. But that's besides the point. Point is that Trump is demanding that every NATO country should contribute with at least 5% of their total GDP. Trump knows that Europe will never be able to pay that much for defense, giving Russia a 3-month window to finish off Ukraine. With bloodthirsty warmongers like Keir Stalin, who actively replaces white British people with immigrants, Kaja Kallas, who thinks that Europe should stop any Xbox or PlayStation products entering Russia because she claims they are using controllers for manning drones. I'm not kidding. She is that stupid. Or Ursula von Genocide, who wouldn't blink twice and send all white Europeans to die for her pockets, her interests, and then flood Europe with camel fuck and street shit. At the end of the day, it's only business. It's all about money. resources and replacing white Europeans because they know that a nationalist, unified Europe and America is the only thing that stands between them and total global control. So, to my fellow Romanians, I'm not trying to sway you into voting for anybody. Democracy is fake and cringe anyway! All I'm trying to say to you is that you must refuse to die for a globalist organization that hates you and wants your race extinct! You better wake up now and accept all those labels that are thrown at you like racist or fascist, or your children might not have a country anymore when you will be 6 feet under and hanging out with the worms!
Subscribe, you silly Billy!
As we've seen from the past few years at this point, humanity began to slowly but surely wake up. It all started with the pandemic, then the Ukraine war, then the Palestine war, and thanks to the internet, thanks to X, and thanks to the flaws in the algorithm, the world at this moment kinda knows who's behind the curtain. And I'm making you a proposal. We are a movement of everyday people who are just trying to redirect the Western world from this destructive path it followed for more than 100 years by now. We have a magazine called Arditi, and our purpose is to wake people up, like I'm trying to do here on YouTube. But due to heavy censorship, we need to work our way into the algorithm somehow. And no, we're not what you think we are. Check out our Substack at arditimagazine.substack.com or our Telegram group with the same name. I'll link both of them into the description below. And if you want, join our movement. The future of the Western world depends on it.